What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about what stocks I'm watching in the stock market right now. Pretty simple concept, but it's been a while since I made a video. I've gotten a haircut since the last time. It's been almost 2 weeks at this point. I think that's probably the longest I've gone this entire year without making a video, except for when I moved maybe, I'm not sure. Mainly the reason for that is the OTC market just died the last couple of weeks, man. I mean, it literally felt like, I don't know, like July or August, typically, like the middle of summer months in OTC land. Like everything was just selling off, really gross, nothing was really running, and you know, it just has been lame. But I guess, you know, we're kind of in the middle of November now, and it feels like things are starting to heat up. Now, I feel like I've said that 5 dozen different times, and every time I say that, I jinx it, and then it just dies again. So I'm praying that this time it actually keeps getting hot, and we actually continue the momentum, because it's so much more fun to trade when it's actually hot in the market. You know, when there's actually stocks moving, you can make a lot more money with a lot less effort and in a lot less time. So it's kind of a win-win-win when the market's hot. So hopefully, you know, some of my thoughts will be helpful for you guys. And you know, as always, remember to drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, I just want to say, when I don't make videos, guys, don't assume, like someone commented that, someone said that I'm losing money, like red days, or when I don't make videos. There's no correlation there. Basically, it's if there's like things going on in the market that I feel like me telling you guys what I think about them, if I think that can help you, then I make a video. But if literally nothing is moving, there's no point in me making a video and wasting your time. So that's why. I've still been green, realized every single day since April 21st. So don't think that I'm having red days if I don't make a video, but it's just been really slow. So thankfully it's heating up and I got some stuff to talk about, so let's dive in my laptop and do it. All right guys, so I'm here on my laptop. This is the chart for Fern, and I just want to show you this because this has been happening so much lately in the market, right? Just to sell the news, and it's really annoying when you get caught in it. So you can see here, you know, there was a big spike in volume. I bought 200,000 shares right here. I immediately sold, like before this candle was even over, and it filled me about 50,000 over the next 2 minutes. And that was it. So I still was long 150,000 as this thing dumps and dumps and dumps. So I go from being up like, I don't know, maybe like 150 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that. And it dumps and dumps and dumps. I end up losing like 550 bucks on this trade. Just really annoying. So I want to just mention this as a reminder that, like, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect trader, and we've been seeing a lot of this stuff out there. So you got to protect against it, you know, especially if a stock has, I guess, kind of run up a little bit, you know, before news comes out. I didn't realize that maybe this news was already priced in, but it looks like it was in this case. So that's something, you know, you got to be careful of. We also saw that on JPEX a little bit ago. You know, there was some great news. The company finally merged in, and then it just sold off. So this is actually one that probably should be good over the long term. You know, non-dilutive. The company seems like it has a ton in revenues. I haven't done a ton of research on it, but you know, it seems like a pretty good one. Obviously, you know, based on this chart, this thing could definitely drop a lot more. But if you get a nice dip buy, man, in like the low ones, I would say this is a pretty good risk reward trade on this one, since this should be a decent, you know, company moving forward. They just did that merger, so that's one you want to keep an eye on. CYBL, guys, I just like this chart, man. I don't know which way it goes. I don't know if we're gonna get catalyst or something, but I got to show you this, the line tool. I mean, if you can't see this, you shouldn't be trading, man. I mean, this is the most obvious wedge setup I think I've ever seen on the daily chart. Like, this is seriously impressive stuff, man. So I don't know if I think this breaks up or, you know, breaks down out of this wedge. I really have no idea. I'm not too biased one way or another. I mean, obviously it'd be nice if it wanted to run, you know, break out here, but if it doesn't, if it breaks down, then I guess it's a short and then a dip buy. But you know, these are the types of patterns I love to look for, guys. These wedges, absolutely beautiful and very good risk reward. You know, if you're getting in right at the tip of the wedge, once it picks a direction, you're pretty much just risking break even with pretty good potential continuation out of that. So this is one that I'm watching pretty bigly moving forward. Now DPLS, this is one that did have some actually, you know, some nice consolidation in this area. You know, you can kind of see a little bit here. Did get a little tighter in this area, and today it just absolutely broke out and ripped. And this had probably one of the most crazy like whole cent breakouts that I've seen since last winter. And I actually talked about these. If you've been watching me, you know, since I started talking about stocks, you'll remember when I discovered that a lot of times when stocks break you know, literally just like a whole penny number, they see a nice spike and you can capitalize on that a lot. Like TSMP back in the day, you could literally buy any whole number breakout and it would make money pretty much all the time. But DPLS, this was impressive, man. I mean, it literally, it consolidated for a long time at 11, and then as soon as it broke, it ripped almost straight to 12. Crazy stuff. I actually left for a little bit because I was going to the gym. I came back right before I left for the gym, so I was like getting ready for the gym up in here. When I came back, it was right here. So I took a tiny short at like 11.8, and then I covered it like 11.68, literally like a horrible, I piked it, tiny short, but this is one that you should keep on watch. Now, something you do need to consider is the fact that they just filed, so it looks like a type of offering. It may be good for the company, but it's basically like, it's dilutive, but it gives the company money, so I guess you have to decide, you know, how much you really trust management and what they're going to do with this thing. Big shout out to Mike for looking into that that filing for me, because you know, it's some of that stuff is a little dense. But basically, it looks like, you know, the company's going to get more money from this, but it's going to dilute a little bit, and depending on what is done with that money, it may or may not be worth it from a shareholder perspective. Now, I do like the close, but I'm not sure, you know, how that news is going to affect the continued run of this stock. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's one that you want to watch. I mean, it's a really nice breakout there, but you know, you got to take into consideration the fact that they did have some sort of an offering. So just keep that in mind. ILUS. This stock is honestly annoying as hell, guys. Again, if you're invested long-term in ILUS, good on you. It sounds like their quarter 3 results were pretty decent. Another $3 million in revenue for the quarter, like $800K gross profits, so pretty decent. I think they still got plenty of acquisitions coming. But you know, just the way this stock trades is so annoying, man. If you're trying to get in, I mean, look, literally every time this thing has come close. Like every time it breaks 49, it just rejects hard. Like if I put a line, where's the line? Get a horizontal line here, just so you guys can see. Horizontal line tool. Let me put a line at 49. Look how many times it's rejected 49, man. This thing came up, failed. Came up, failed. Came up, failed. Came up, failed. Again. You tried gapping up a few days. It's gapped up a lot of times. It actually had a really big gap up over the weekend. And then also failed there. And then dumped towards the end of the day. I wasn't even watching it too closely. But I mean, it makes sense, man. People can only buy for a breakout so many times before it fails and they get spooked. So, I don't know, man. I mean, yes, it comes back pretty nicely. It's held those levels pretty nicely, but I'm getting a little sketched out at this point. You know, I would be scared of a larger pullback potentially. So I don't want to say for sure that's going to happen. I don't know that that is my prediction, but I mean, I don't think it's out of the question. Oh, well, I guess that's not what I wanted. Hold on, give me a second. Undo. There we go. Let's just do line tool. I don't think it's out of the question that this thing cracks and, you know, maybe goes down to 32 and then bounces back up to, like, you know, 37 in a day. I don't think that's out of the question, guys. I don't think that's out of the question. You know, kind of still holding this. Well, yeah, I mean, I could see it, man. I could see it. I definitely could see that. You know, with all the other charts, ILUS, I feel like it's the only runner that has not died and is right near its highs. I feel like everything else, like JP, you know, all these, OCLG, KRFG, you know, all these stocks that were up so high they just got completely shat on. I'm still holding KRFG, by the way. It definitely looks ugly right now. I might need to average down if I can pull some more money out of my Roth. By the way, my swings are pretty ugly right now. I'm negative 56,000 on my swings. Again, I'm saying that to be transparent. I bought some OTCs and then the whole OTC market pretty much just went to hell. So I'm holding those probably until March. I'm doing like a time-based stop loss. If they don't do anything by March, I will cut all of them. Probably on just one day, I'll just eat it. If I have to take a 50K loss, realized in one day in my Roth, that's totally fine. Again, I can't even touch that money for, you know, 40 years, so I don't really care. I'm still making money every day day trading. But, you know, it's just kind of an experiment to see what would happen. And so far, it's not going very well. But, you know, potentially the OTC market gets hot and it saves me. If not, I'll cut up, you know, even a 100K loss in one day. I'll do it. It might be ugly, but yeah, I'm still holding here. I got like 10 grand cash in my Roth IRA, so I might have to transfer that out and try to get some more of this pretty cheap. But the point of the story is, you know, you can see so many of these stocks, like, man, they go on a really nice run and then they pull back hard and they pull back even lower than the previous lows. So ILUS, is not immune to that. Just because it hasn't done it yet does not mean that it's out of the question. I mean, given how hard every other stock has sold off, I would just be careful if I were you, because there's a chance that, you know, if you're holding it at 45 right now, that you could buy it at 35 in a couple of days, or, you know, maybe a week or two. I have no idea how long it holds these ranges. Maybe it breaks out. I have no idea, but, you know, just be careful, guys, because so many stocks have been dumping and not even really bouncing. So just be careful in that regard. A few other stocks I do want to mention. IQST, I really messed this one up, man. I mean, this would have been, this would have been probably like at least a $20,000 trade. So I'm a little disappointed in myself for this one. Basically, I mean, it just ran up on like some electric vehicle news. That's kind of like a hot sector right now, anything electric vehicle related, just because of how, I guess, Tesla and stuff like that, it, you know, how hot Tesla's been. I think all these electric vehicle stocks are just running. So if I go here, you can see this thing ran up really nice. I mean, maybe I'll go 5 days. So, I mean, pretty much sideways for a while, and then it got some news, ran up really nicely this morning, panicked but held, and then ran even higher. And, you know, I thought to myself, man, Jesus, this is annoying. I thought to myself, man, I should probably be shorting this right about here. I said that as it failed to make this high here, it rejected here, and then started breaking down. But I didn't get any short, and I didn't feel like chasing, you know, here at 69 or 68, so I just didn't short it, man. And, you know, even from there was 13 cents a share. I can short 150,000 shares. You do the math, man. You do the math. So I easily could have made, you know, 15, 20 grand on this short here if I were just paying a little bit closer attention. But unfortunately, I wasn't, man. So it really stinks. That's almost as bad a missed opportunity, but not really even close, as IPIX. This thing, oh my God. All right, so you think this day looks crazy? Nah, you're tripping. Wait for this. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Oh my God. This literally would have been the best trade of my life. They had shares to short, super cheap. If I short 150,000 right there, man, oh my gosh. I don't want to play the woulda, shoulda, coulda game, but my goodness, this was a great trade. 80% dump plus, and then it bounced, you know, like 80% from the lows there. So just crazy, crazy range on this. Basically, they were like a company that was, you know, trying to do some COVID treatment, and their phase 2 data show that there was zero difference between their treatment and a placebo. I mean, if you see news like that, guys, that is the easiest short. And like if that were a NASDAQ, that thing would have dumped like a huge gap down, a massive halt down, like a halt down and a massive gap down out of that. But since it's OTC, they don't halt it on stuff like that. So you get like the world's most perfect panic. And it's just, it literally hurts my soul, man. This would have been the trade of my career right here. I mean, look at that, man. Just epic. Absolutely epic. What a freaking dump, man. What a dump. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Hurts so good, but is what it is, guys. You know, trading is just one big missed opportunity. You know, you can never catch them all. It's like Pokemon, except you can't catch them all. What else? Let's see. GTII. This was actually really nice, guys. Ooh, I didn't even watch this in the close. Yeah, so you can see here, this was super strong. What day is today? Is today Tuesday or Monday? Okay, today's Monday. I'm tripping. Yeah, so this was super strong on Friday. So I was watching it today. Unfortunately, I couldn't make a video over the weekend. I was super busy. Otherwise, I would have let you guys know about this one. But it pretty much did exactly what I was expecting. So you can see here, like, crazy volatile. I mean, from 69 cents, ran up past $1. I made some good money here, longing it, and then I shorted, covered way too soon, reshorted, covered again, reshorted, and then covered, and then, you know, did some longs here, closed really, really strong. So I figured it would gap up and run on Monday, and then fail for a good short. So it literally, I mean, it was picture perfect. You know, I longed it here. Unfortunately, I got kind of wrecked on this dump because I was long like, oh my God, I don't even know how many shares, bro. Too many shares, man. Too many shares. See, I was long like 12,000, I want to say. I was long hella shares. And when the momentum turns on this stock, it's really hard to get out. So I should have scaled out into strength instead of adding into strength. I got wrecked. I ended up losing, I don't know, like probably like 700-800 on this dump here. But I was able to make most of it back on this rip. And then by the end here, you know, got some shorts, shorted. It kept making basically. Let me draw just so you guys can see what I saw real quick. It had like a flat base. It was a wick, but you know, it was still a flat base. And then it had a descending top. So, you know, it's not a perfect triangle, but this is typically pretty bearish, in my opinion, you know, at least until it breaks out, makes a higher high. So I was just shorting into every pop, and I absolutely nailed this one here. And, you know, this thing just absolutely fell off a cliff, dumped down here. That was a great short. I made like well over 1,000 in like 2 minutes there. And then later on in the day, you know, I was shorting into some of these pops. Eventually, I got bored with it. I did cover it at some point, but then it kind of stalled out here. I re-shorted some, caught a nice dip down here as it, you know, just kind of dumped. Oh no, I'm tripping. Sorry guys, I'm tripping. That was right here. Yeah, so it went sideways. I shorted in here. You guys can see just a little bit. I was doing like 1,000 at a time just to get some size. I think I had like 10K for this dump. Nice dump there. And then it ended up bouncing back. I covered it all like right here at 26, 27, and then it ripped back. So this is still one to keep an eye on, guys. Probably just gonna be a good short tomorrow if I had to guess. You can see some of these candles here. I mean, typically when it wicks super hard, it's game over. Like, and it just fades off red for a ton of days. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing fade back off. So I'll probably look to short this. But you know, if it wants to keep ripping, man, it's like ridiculously strong when it wants to be. So I'll also be on the lookout for that. That's pretty much it. Just to give you an update on MIDI, people are still bid whacking. I'm still not worried. They're still doing great in terms of the business model. And we should be getting the 10Q at some point today or tomorrow. It was supposed to be tonight, I think, but supposedly, even if they're already uploaded, there can be like a little bit of a delay. So looking forward to reading that. I'm not expecting too much in revenues at this point, just because the clinics take a few months to get rolling. And you know, if no one knows what it's not like a McDonald's where like you put a McDonald's in town and everyone knows what it is and they go to the McDonald's because they know what McDonald's is. Like the good clinic, most people don't know what it is yet. So when they open a new location, it takes a while for things to get rolling. But if you look on Google, man, they get incredible reviews. I mean, all their nurses, just absolutely awesome reviews. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this grows. Looking forward to seeing what the management team has in store for us, man. And despite how ugly this thing looks from a stock chart perspective, I mean, it's primed for a run, man. I gotta say, it's primed for a run. As crazy as that is to say, you know, based on how beaten down it is, like, I don't know why I keep zooming me back in. That is really annoying. Stocks to trade is annoying. But I mean, you know, if we can break the downtrend, guys, it wouldn't be that hard. And I know there's a lot of people who are not selling their shares, so I think we could see a nice run out of this. But again, I'm not really in any rush, man. I'm not selling regardless most of my shares for a very long time. So just looking forward to this one. Just want to give a little update on that. We're still waiting on the 10 key. So that's pretty much it. Anything else? Oh, I guess one last one. Sorry guys, one last one. Was OZSC. OZSC, you can see here, it finally, I guess, started ripping, man. And OZSC is also, you know, they've been involved. I made a video one time about, they had like some battery pack supposedly involved with Tesla, so I think that's part of why they're running. But crazy run, man. Crazy run from the bottom here. Finally, looks like it broke at least this part of the downtrend. We'll see if they dump tomorrow. I'll probably be looking for a short, honestly, if it looks like it's going to start failing. But if they want to keep pushing this thing higher, man, I'll take it. I'll take it. At this point, it's not super expensive, so I mean, I can't really make that much shorting it. You know, only $1,500 for every penny it drops. So if you're a 7-8 cent stock, you can't drop that many pennies. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. So just looking forward to see what happens with this, man. I mean, it was just strong all day. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it has a blow off top tomorrow and then nice short. That's what I'm looking for. So these are the plays, guys. I will catch you in the Discord tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So until then, let's grow better together. Bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.